The Naked Kiss is a 1964 cult neo-noir film written and directed by Samuel Fuller, starring Constance Towers as Kelly, also starring Anthony Isley as Captain Griff and Michael Dante as J.L. Grant. In the beginning of the film, it starts off with Kelly hitting her pimp around because he owes her money. So the camera movement used is a handheld, which causes the camera to shake all over and give the audience the disoriented effect. In this scene, Kelly decided to leave her pimp and move on to a new town. Captain Griff and another police official check out the new beauty that just arrived. The Naked Kiss is also considered a melodrama because Kelly's character acts as the heroine, and she also has the characteristics of a motherly figure, like in this image, where she sees a crying baby and picks up the baby bottle and smiles as she walks away. Captain Griff is considered the anti-hero in this film, because even though he's a corrupt cop, he is still perceived as the town's hero. In this still, Captain Griff and Kelly hook up the first night she's in town for about $10. Neo-noir can be seen here because of the sexual motivation of Kelly prostituting herself out, and noir elements of low-key lighting. This image represents a common motif of neo-noir, which is a pessimistic stance on the meaning of life and the upheaval of traditional moral values, of which is seen in Kelly's character. The next morning, after Kelly slept with Captain Griff, she looks at her reflection and realizes that she can't keep living her life as a prostitute. So she decides to make a fresh new start and become morally good, and also find a fulfilling life. In this image, Kelly meets her thought to be true love, Grant. Kelly is turned away from the camera, which captures Grant's facial expression. This image has elements of noir such as the low-key lighting and the shadow. Kelly's heroism and motherly characteristic is seen in these four images. The first image is Kelly smacks Buffy onto the bed after Buffy tells Kelly about becoming a bonbon girl, which is a fancy term of being a prostitute. Kelly then gently tells Buffy about the horrors of being a prostitute. Kelly says, quote, being a prostitute is considered a social, mental, and physical problem. This connects to the neo-noir motif of talking about modern circumstances, subjectivity, and a social problem. In this second image, Kelly decides to go after Candy and smacks her in the face, then stops $25 she gave Buffy down her throat. The camera movement was shaky and gave you a disoriented effect along with the shadows and low-key lighting. This image is a zoomed-in close-up of Dusty, crying after telling Kelly about her pregnancy. Then later on in this film, Kelly's heroism is presented and gives Dusty money. The third image is a medium shot of Kelly singing along with the children. Kelly singing is supposed to represent her motherly characteristic and her wanting to protect the children. In these four images, Fuller uses jump cut editing in a rapid motion to leave the audience in a disoriented feeling. The first image shows a close-up of a little girl in a low-key lighting. The second image shows her quickly skipping out of the home in a full-frame shot, again with low-key lighting, in the living room. The third image is a close-up of Grant's menacing face. Then the fourth image is a close-up of Kelly's face figuring out what Grant was about to do with the little girl, which was to molest her. Then finally, the fifth image is of Kelly sitting at the kitchen table and Grant's lifeless body laying on the floor. She killed him, being the heroine and protecting the children. The ending for the film was more like a Hollywood ending because when Kelly was thrown in jail, the whole town was against her, and when things kept getting worse for Kelly, all became good when Kelly saw the little girl Grant was about to molest. Kelly got the little girl to confess to the special game her and Grant were about to play. Kelly was acquitted. The whole town once again thought of her as the heroine by protecting their children, so Kelly kisses Captain Griff goodbye along with the town and walks away.